The question that everyone is asking right now, what exactly is going on with Ben Simmons? Mostly due to the fact that just when you think you have a handle on what's going on with him, something unexpected occurs, putting his whole career in jeopardy. He was a participant in the trust process period in more than one capacity, and yet when things went wrong for Simmons, they went from bad to worse. Injuries, horrible shooting, criticizing the coach and his teammates, it was nuts, and it just kept getting worse. Then, during the most recent season, things came to a head and couldn't be calmed down anymore. Yes, the Nets received him in a trade, but he didn't get a single minute of playing time with them. Things are shifting at the moment, but it's possible that it won't be as easy as you anticipated it to be. Is Ben Simmons back? Ben Simmons is a 3-time All-Star, a 2-time All-Defensive First-Team selection, a 1-time All-NBA pick, and returns to the floor for the first time in an NBA jersey after a 15-month hiatus, during which he was involved in a trade, dealt with back problems that eventually required surgery. He's in a good mental position and in excellent physical shape. He and everyone around him believe that he's also playing alongside 2 superstars and a slew of 3-point shooters, which are his preferred targets as a point guard. His official debut was supposed to happen on opening night, October 19th. However, the first preseason game included an additional dash, beginning with the blockbuster deal that carried him up the New Jersey Turnpike and over several bridges. His debut had been eagerly awaited for a very long time. There was no one more ecstatic than the previous coach of the Nets, Steve Nash, who along with current coach, Sean Marks, is one of his greatest supporters. Because Nash is a fan of Simmons' game and views him as a dynamic and one-of-a-kind player, he's really happy to finally watch him play as a Net. He thinks it'll be a lot of fun for him and expressed how enthusiastic he is about it. Steve Nash is in agreement with the notion that Ben Simmons is capable of a great deal of development while playing basketball, and that the Brooklyn Nets would benefit enormously from having him on the roster. If you give Simmons the support and platform he needs to return from his injury and then long layoff and allow him to continue growing with the group, it will be also very exciting. Nash is so confident that Simmons can make his teammates better at both ends of the court, so just giving him that support and platform should be enough. According to Brian Lewis, it's been 470 days since Ben Simmons stepped away from the cameras in the post-game news conference after the 76ers were eliminated from the playoffs by the Hawks in the Eastern Conference semifinals. The future of the Nets is now being overshadowed by 2 tremendous superstars who have been at the center of controversy as of late. Simmons will have the opportunity to disprove the naysayers' claims and contribute to a push for a title. He expressed his willingness to take on the challenge by assuring JJ Redick that he would perform admirably and that he cannot wait to compete with Kevin, Kai, Harris, and the rest of the team. He said that they have an excellent squad together. He also said that after the operation, he understood what it was going to take to go back to where he needed to be. He said this in reference to the fact that he's been locked in. He's aware that it's been challenging, that no rehabilitation program is simple, and that it's been a real struggle. Simmons thinks that the talent they currently possess are the types of players that will be able to run the floor. Oh yeah, Simmons is feeling pretty good about himself because in his first 3 years in the NBA, he dished out 996 assists to 3-point shooters, placing him second in the NBA only behind Russell Westbrook. He was in second place in votes for the Defensive Player of the Year the previous season and led the league in steals the season before that. He also assisted players on opposing teams in making missed shots. His skills include the well-recognized court vision, the underestimated athleticism, the excellent basketball IQ, and the suffocating perimeter defense. Yet despite all of these qualities, he struggles with shooting free throws and more generally shooting of any type. This is despite the fact that it has so many other strengths. Steve Nash has gone out of his way both before and after the trade to state that he doesn't care whether Simmons attempts a shot or not. He's free to do so. But since there are so many players on the team who can make shots, he doesn't need to because his other abilities are sufficient. One aspect of Simmons' return that is often overlooked is the fact that for the first time since the 2019-2020 season, he's no longer suffering from debilitating back pain. This pain forced him to miss 8 games not too long before the NBA shutdown and was in such extreme discomfort that he threw up on the floor while practicing. Additionally, because of this, he didn't participate in the 4th game of the Nets' first-round series against the Celtics. It seems that psychologically he's prepared to step into his new position with Brooklyn, and he gives credit to the organization for helping make their transition possible. He proceeded by saying, "Obviously, it's going to be fantastic being traded for the first few minutes, but it's been consistent, and the base they have is amazing. The coaching staff has been incredible, trainers have been great, and everyone has been good." Now let's talk about his first game for the Nets and how the game turned out. In the preseason game against his previous club, the Philadelphia 76ers, Simmons played for 19 minutes and scored 6 points, dishing out 5 assists and grabbed 4 rebounds. He later said he felt great during that game. It may not seem like much, but the fact that he was able to play 19 minutes at all, even in the preseason game, is wonderful, since that's 19 more minutes than he played during the whole of the previous season. Even though it was just the preseason game, that's a sufficient improvement. Yet at this point, Simmons is just thankful to be able to go back onto the court and play in an NBA game again. He's had a great time playing, and obviously this is just one of many steps that needed to be taken before he can make it to the NBA Finals. Now that things are set for him, let's see how it goes, and if Simmons can stay healthy long enough to keep the team's hope alive. And talking about keeping hope alive, you can as well subscribe to BallFlix. Like this video to help keep BallFlix alive.